Welcome to After Hours with Antonia. This is a safe space to slow down, to breathe, and to sit with your thoughts for a moment. No pressure, no rush, just stillness. I'm really glad you're here. Happy Sunday, y'all. It has been a few weeks. I have missed y'all terribly. I was sick, and it has been so many moving pieces in the background. Um, And today I really want to just, you know, chat with you all for a few moments about outgrowing your current life. That has really been the reason I've been so busy and just doing a lot. Y'all, I have news. Dun 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 dun. I am moving to Washington, D.C. in a couple of months. And that has, trying to secure an apartment, movers, all of that, so many logistics that goes with that has taken up a good amount of my time. And, I do want to say, nothing is wrong with my current life. Nothing at all. Chicago, this is where my family is, my friends are. But I will say I feel like I've outgrown this season. And I will say it's not even necessarily just so much based on location, but I will say it is the person that I am in this location. Will I ever come back to Chicago to live? Maybe. I don't know. But right now, I want expansion. I want growth. And I feel like I've been so comfortable in my routine that it has really, it's not really pushing the needle for me. And so with DC, I've been a few times and I really like the feeling I get when I'm there. Something about it just makes me light up in the inside, and I don't know, I just feel pulled to be there. Now, I'm not saying that when I go there, it's going to be peaches and cream every day. I am not naive. I know it's going to be some rough times, but I feel like the person I'll be on the other side of it is worth it. And I'll say, when you choose to do things, that sometimes the hard decision, the decision that you really don't have to make, it comes with sacrifice. On the last episode, I talked a lot about how I envisioned my 30th birthday, because now my birthday is less than a month away. And, initially I wanted to go on me a grand vacation. I mean, touring Europe. And then when I wasn't going to do that, I'm like, okay, let me do me a grand vacation on a beach. Not doing that either. Child, my birthday has made its way down to a gathering at the house with my family and friends before I leave so I can see everybody. And honestly, I'm okay with that. It's not the grand vacation I imagined 30 would be, but I feel like this decision is setting a new foundation. And I'll take that any day over, a week or so of, just travel than, potentially putting my life on a different trajectory. So with that, I want to acknowledge that sometimes when we make decisions that are not always the most easy, it can really change our lives. And again, I'm not in DC yet, so I don't know what's going to come of this when I go, whether it's super successful or whether it's not. I feel like I'll learn from it. And I want to say, if you feel like you're too comfortable in your current routine and you feel like you've outgrown your life, like, make those changes, do what you need to do. And I'm not saying it has to be moving cities, but whether that be, changing jobs. If you've been doing the same role for so long and you're like, I'm really great at this, but I know I can do more, like, go for it. Go for it. Because you would rather know how it turns out to go for it than to never try. And so when I think a lot about, just this phase of where I am in life, I'm being so courageous. Like, I'm a safe person. Like, I take risks, but they're not always super large risk. And I mean, this risk is not, people have definitely made scarier risks, but I would say, to just uproot my whole life, take the hard path, because I could have easily just got a place in Chicago and just tried to, I guess, kind of change just how I am here. But it's just like when I'm here, I just feel so comfortable. Like, so I go into the same path. I do the same things. And I feel like if I take myself out of the environment that I'm always in, I'll have to change because I have to go out and create community, because my friends and family aren't in DC. I know a few people there, but to the community that I have in Chicago, I don't have there. Not by a chance. Like, so I have to go outside of myself and how I usually am, be more outgoing. I'm a very, if you know me, you know how goofy I can be, I'm a talker if I'm comfortable with you. I love to, crack jokes. All that's my nature. If I'm more, but in general, like in public setting or even just with a lot of people, I'm a bit more reserved, observant. When I'm not a person that can easily just like talk to strangers all the time. Like, I have a cousin, when I say she's a social butterfly, we were in DC together for my birthday last year. When I say she just easily just talks to people. And I'm like, I gotta get better with, with my approach, because literally, like, she's a person that's, such a people person. I really admire that about her, because I'm just like, I'm so like reserved. Like, you ain't talking to me, I'm not talking to you. But just being more outgoing, and to do that, of course, getting into different, hobbies and just different ways to meet people. So kind of expanding in that capacity. But I'm really excited about this next chapter. But if you're in your life and you feel like things are going stagnant, I want to try something different, don't worry about how it's going to look to others, whether people understand your decision, what bad could happen from it. Like, what if I do all this and it does not work out? That's a very real possibility. You could try something new. You can go for a new job. You could try to get a new place, go for a new car, get a new partner, and it could very well not work out. But I know you would rather know how it is to have tried than to never know at all. And that's how I feel when I think about, moving to DC. I've been wanting to relocate for a while, and the DC area has been on my mind for a good year or so. And I just kind of been teeter-tottering with it. And I'm just like, when I'm 80 years old, I don't want to look back on my life and think, man, when I was 30, I should have really moved to DC. No, I want to know how it felt to go. Because worst comes to worst, I go there and I hate it. At least I know and I gave it a chance. But I may go and I may love it. I may meet incredible people that one day I could not have imagined this journey without. So if you're like me and you feel like you've outgrown your current life, take the chance, take the risk. What's on the other side of that could be, better than you ever imagined. I would rather take the risk of changing my life than guarantee staying the same. And that's all for tonight. I hope you take this with you into the week ahead. Be gentle with yourself, and I'll meet you back here next time. Good night.